Good day, y'all, and welcome in. This is a part 2 to my OC and Animal Crossing series. I don't have a better name to call this, because the first video here, if you haven't watched it yet, is me drawing my OC as an Animal Crossing villager, while today's video is making my OC's human self as my avatar in-game. Drawing how he would actually look in-game, dressing him, drawing him in my style, wearing the Animal Crossing clothes, and finally, designing what his home/room and stuff would look like in-game. So buckle up, y'all. It'll probably be a lengthy one. Let's begin. First, let's start off with turning my in-game avatar into Gandalf. This was quite tricky. As you can see, Gandalf has fluffy hair with a kind of mid-split, so I was trying to find something vaguely similar. I saw that there was a hairstyle set I didn't have that did have two mid-split styles, but they had shaved parts and are flat. So the closest I got to it was the longer messy hairstyle, and it fits him quite well. The eyes were tricky as well because Gandalf has slightly sleepy eyes, but still full of life, you know? Okay, well, there are sleepy eyes as a choice, but why do they look like you got pink eye in both eyes? I'm not the biggest fan of that. Many back and forths later, I landed on the squarish eyes and of course made them green. Skin color was close enough. I did do a swatch of it with Gandalf's skin color and the darker swatch was closer than the lighter, so I went with that. I decided to draw his in-game avatar and he came out so cute. I gotta say though, the rendering got worse than when I drew his frog form. Like, not worse design-wise, well, maybe, but my patience when doing the rendering somehow started dwindling as time went on. I did give up on the shoes because the shading and detail in this game, I did not have enough time to completely dedicate myself to rendering a shoe, but my energy ran out after rendering that blouse and it still didn't come out as detailed as the game. I tried my best though. After finishing his in-game avatar, it made me wonder what he'd actually look like in the game. So I also drew him in the Animal Crossing New Horizons style because I couldn't resist. Though I should have, because after finishing the rendering for 4 out of 5 of the sketches I did, I was very annoyed with it. I still pushed through though, because I was pleased with the sketches and wanted to see how they come out in the end. I think I did pretty well with translating what his design would look like in game. I did a more messy mid-split, and of course added the green in there. Lastly, I changed the eyes, which I took inspiration from a few of the villagers actually, since they have a variety of eye shapes to look through. I think the design came out super cute. I drew him in different angles to provide some variety for you. I used his in-game avatar as reference, of course. We have him in his default attire with the lacy blouse and bow on his head. I thought that was a cute touch. And then a relaxed fit with the giant sun hat. Funnily enough though, I've never drawn Gandalf in shorts and almost felt like I was in Victorian times looking at a woman's ankles for the first time. It was both new for me and for him. And then finally, I rendered a little fishing outfit because I had this outfit for my own avatar because it's cute and wanted to draw him in it because it's cute. I feel like Gandalf would be a catch and release type of person when fishing. I must apologize. I was tired after these and didn't render the strawberry outfit sketch, even though it would have been adorable. Maybe one day I'll do it if I ever return to the sketch or remember it. Regardless, I'm very happy with how these came out. You hear that a lot throughout the video, I'm sorry. The end results were very satisfying to say the least. Now we're going backwards with me drawing his hypothetical avatar and outfits in my style. Well, not the lacy blouse one, but I did do the strawberry outfit instead, kind of. I did change the hat. Okay, in all true me fashion, I chose to torture myself by experimenting with a new technique while also trying to practice anatomy, perspective, and a different layout of like design or something, like how the images are structured in the canvas. Anyways, for the entire process, I used Olga's new brush set they released because it has a nice soft pencil look when used, and I already used their soft pencil brush for my sketches, so this was a fun experience and will now be my current choice of drawing for the next few weeks or so. I really stepped out of my comfort zone with the poses and angles. These are not ones I usually am comfortable doing, but they came out pretty good, I think. I also played with colors quite a bit too. Honestly, I just allowed myself to do whatever felt right to me and everything came out nice in the end. At least that's how it feels to me. Clothes are also not my biggest strong suit, so the whole thing. So this entire piece was challenging me in more ways than one. I knew I wanted to try out that half in the water, half out of the water look, so I put that sketch at the bottom and had the other two be up top. I went for a collage? I think that's what this design would be considered? A collage style? I think that's it. Okay, I chose to do something like that instead of doing an illustration for each of these poses, even though that's not a bad idea either, now that I think about it. We'll see what happens. I'm honestly very pleased with how each of these came out, even though though halfway through each one, I kept going, oh no, this doesn't look good. But of course, it was a work in progress, so one must then trust the process. I made Gandalf a bit more sun-kissed in these to show that he's been busy fishing and tending to garden stuff. Also, I enjoy adding an orange overlay effect to things to make it seem like everything is in a constant state of being in front of a sunset. A fun, soft, sketchy style for my soft, pretty frog person. Oh yeah, that water messed me up for a while. It was my first time trying to draw something like this. I think for a first try, it's decent, though I'd love to try again and make it more detailed and stuff. A tip for not wanting to draw feet, blur it in the water. Even though photos of underwater are crisp and clear, this is a realistic view of what it looks like opening your eyes underwater. At least for me, it's all blurry. So I think that's it for here, and voila, very, very happy. I even made the fishing image my phone wallpaper. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. Finally, we reached the home section. I designed Gandalf's room, house, and kitchen in the game. I can't show gameplay of the choices I went through to reach this. I gave the reason in the first part of the video, the first video. I tried to base it off of how I designed his room in the Rooms app. After seeing how his room looks in Animal Crossing though, I think I might combine both ideas to create the ultimate cozy room for him. I'm sorry, I do not have any speed draws to show with this. I'm just gonna talk about my choices and why I chose them while showing clips and photos of the game. So if you're no longer interested, you can skip to the end if you want, or just, I don't know, do whatever you want. I'll make a draw with me video one day just drawing Gandalf's home. Hopefully that'll happen soon after my fixation on games calms down a bit. Here we are. So we have Gandalf's room designed in the Rooms app. I did this sometime last year. So this is how I think his human self would live. Though in Animal Crossing, the design seemed like a nice mix between his frog and human form. Lots of green, stuffed animals, carpet, plants, ambient lights, etc. So I chose the patchwork set because I love drawing patchwork stuff, so it would be perfect for Gandalf to have. The messy stuffed animal from our mom in-game, as well as the pillows from her embroidery and art on the walls, many things from mom, okay? All of the things sent from the mom in-game. They're all so cute. The frog chair was a must to hint at Gandalf frogness, obviously. A board game because I imagine Gandalf to be an enjoyer of board games and quality time. Though not for a long period of time, he does have a social battery. I feel like he'd also be a lava lamp person, so I added that as well, and many stars everywhere. Honestly, y'all, designing this was really inspiring me to add these elements into my own drawings. Watching the next couple of illustrations or so, you'll see stars on the ground to be used as like lighting. The moss rug is a must because it reminds me of those layered rugs I see online, and they look so good. Gandalf would definitely have a few of those. Oh, and of course a cat tree because cat friends exist wherever Gandalf goes. And then some gyroids for added cuteness and noise. So that is his room. Super cute. Hope to draw it soon. Next is the kitchen. I chose a semi-cluttered kitchen vibe, kind of aiming for Ghibli-esque style clutter. It'll be colorful and full of a variety of snacks and whatnot. The sink would be semi-full. I also chose the full sink because the dishes are cute and it feels like more lived in. And of course, a failed dish in the pan. The bread basket is from grandmakeiko because Gandalf cannot bake bread to save his life. I also thought adding stars here would be a fun touch, and it was. I enjoyed designing this. I think I'd like to have a kitchen like this myself. Finally, the outside. Okay, I used another villager's request for a forest-themed home as base for Gandalf's home, so it'll be in a forest. He lives in a forest, canonically, abundant in vegetation and overgrown foliage and whatnot, scattered veggies and fruits. As I said before, he may be a good gardener, but I didn't say he'd be organized. Things would be spread out for sure. His house would be green, cyan, is that the blue-green? With a hint of beige, brownish, and some orange. My mom sent me this porcelain light thing because she thought it was something Gandalf would live in. So now, canonically, Gandalf lives in a home that looks like this, but the colors would be green, cyan, and beige, brownish. And that's it. That's everything. I hope you enjoyed listening and watching me draw Gandalf in his many forms. I sure had a blast playing Animal Crossing New Horizons again and being able to get inspired to draw more things. Maybe in the near future I'll draw his home in Animal Crossing with him interacting with stuff. Oh, that would be super cute. Maybe I'll like animate it a bit or something. But it would take me a while to get to that. Yeah, so thank you for staying all the way through if you did, and I hope you have a beautiful day or night wherever you are. Goodbye!